Mezco 112 Collective Series, I have nearly all that have been released. I am missing the white classic Punisher, the black skull Punisher, and the green New York Comic Con Red Skull. And then I'm also missing 3 of the 4 Toy Fair exclusives and the Puerto Rico Comic Con Dark Knight. But in terms of wide release, the only ones I'd say I'm technically missing are the PX Punisher and the classic Punisher that was a Mezco exclusive. Everything else is con-based or something that was very difficult to get. When this Knightmare Batman came out for pre-order, which has been some time ago, I unfortunately made the mistake of not pulling the trigger fast enough, and then it was sold out. So I wasn't sure if I was ever going to be able to pick this up. It just came out this week, and fortunately I have a connection that had an extra that they were willing to sell to me for the retail price, and that made me happy. So today we're going to look at this Mezco 112 Collective Knightmare Batman. Look at all the accessories, the face sculpts. This one has the Ben Affleck Unmasked face sculpt that I know was anticipated by some. And so let's get the Batman up on the turntable, see what he looks like, see if it's something that you're willing to pay what I am sure now are pretty elevated eBay prices for to add to your Mezco collection. Let's see if you like him. Up on the turntable there, we've got the Mezco 112 Collective Mezco Toyz Exclusive Knightmare Batman with his fisted hands and his yelling face sculpt. That's how he came out of the package. The accessories with this guy, I'll put him up there with each of them. He has a kind of just closed mouth face sculpt, and then the Batfleck face sculpt. He has a pair of goggles. He has a pistol, an assault rifle. He has a bullet effect for those, and 3 alternate hands, 2 gun-holding hands and 1 kind of grasping hand. And then you see the stand there in the back as well. Initial impressions, I think this is a really cool figure. The coat is that kind of pleathery feel that we've experienced before with Mezco. The details on the clothing are exceptional. I think the face sculpts are good. In fact, the chin and the mouth on both of the masked sculpts really strongly look like Batman from the Batman vs. Superman movie, and I think the face sculpt is pretty good too. I know that some don't think it looks anything like Ben Affleck. I think no matter what happens with any of these higher end collectibles, there's always going to be some that agree with the face sculpt and some that disagree. I think that's just kind of a common part of this hobby. But this figure is really good to me, in my opinion. Lots of gray detail. You can see the stitching on the coat. I see the boots there as he turns around. You can see the coat's open. I'm pretty sure you could remove the coat if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that. Has a scarf. The pants are a fabric material with pockets. It's got a belt. All around just a really cool figure. Let's put some of the different accessories on and show you what those look like. Okay, so I changed out the face sculpt, put the closed mouth face sculpt. I put his goggles on top of his head. You can see I put the pistol in the holster there. I opened up his coat so you could see his pants. It's got the patches on it. You can see the boots better. You can see his armor or the bat suit. And then I put the assault rifle on with the bullet effect, which is really cool. You can see the fire kind of exploding out of the gun and the tip of the bullet firing out. That's a very cool effect when Mezco gives us a bullet effect like that. You can see the detail on the assault rifle is very good with the bandana tied around it. It's got a Joker card attached to the side of it. You can put his goggles all the way over his eyes. They would fit. I don't like the way it feels like it's stretching the material, and I think it actually looks better up on top of his head like that anyway. But that is something you can do. if you choose. I have on him now, the right hand is a gun holding hand with a trigger finger. The left hand is just an open hand. So like he could have his gun in the hand, but the trigger finger wouldn't work as well. And this is probably close to the way I will end up displaying him. I might use the shouting face, but I think this looks good and really shows off the detail of this figure. For our last look at him, here's the Unmasked face sculpt with Ben Affleck's face. On his right hand, I kind of put the open finger spread apart hand. It's almost like one that would hold a batarang if you had a batarang. I'm not sure what the purpose of that hand is. And then I put his pistol in his left hand. You can see that the trigger finger doesn't really fit in there, but the blast effect does work in the pistol, which is cool. So if you have extras of those from a Punisher or something, you know, it would work, I think. In terms of articulation, it's not fantastic. It feels like the buck itself could be pretty articulated, but these clothes are fairly restrictive. The coat restricts your articulation quite a bit. The pants as well. I don't think any super dynamic poses is what I'm going to be doing with this, as I think it'll stretch out the material in a way that I don't want to happen. But in terms of just a display piece and some fairly standard poses, I think you'll be good. Again, this is a really detailed piece. I know this was very anticipated. I don't think Figuarts made a Knightmare Batman. Mafex made a Knightmare Batman, which is really good as well. And then DC Multiverse made one, but that's not, it's not even worth talking about. So I think if you really want a Knightmare Batman, this is a great addition to your Mezco collection. If you don't collect all Mezcos, but you like Batman vs. Superman or different iterations of Batman, I think this is a great addition as well. At the MSRP, this and the Mafex are probably the same price point or close, but I don't know that you're going to ever be able to find this at MSRP again. So that's the video. I hope you enjoy it, and let me know what you think about this Mezco Knightmare Batman in the comments.